Hey everyone, this is Remleiz from 40k Theories. Something slightly different for you today. I've just received this little package from the kind folks over at Wargame Exclusive. Now, Wargame Exclusive are a third-party company that sells models and conversion kits for Warhammer 40,000. And we're going to have a look and see what they've sent me today. So as you can see, the items come in little blister packs, just like you can get from the old Metal Warhammer 40,000 models. Let's have a look and see what we got. We have the Eradicator Sergeant with a Gravy Cannon, which I believe is an item that can be used for Adeptus Mechanicus armies. So that'd be cool. Let's have a look. What else we got? We have the Greater Good Commander. Obviously that's going to be something to do with the Tau. So we'll have a look at that later as well. And finally, if you mind my gigantic hands, we have the Repentium System Chainsaw Sword. Something to do with this is a battle, it looks like. Okay, so let's get these models assembled and have a look at what we have. So this is the first one we've assembled, which is the Eradicator General with Gravy Gun. And I must say, it actually looks really nice. It's very well detailed. Sorry, excuse me that. It's very well detailed. You can see all the detailed individual pistons and rivets on the legs and joints and that. Nice little backpack with the little tendril arms there. This one can focus. And a gratuitous butt shot as well, because this being is also topless. Yes. So that's that for you. The detail on the gun is really, really nice, I must say. One thing I'm surprised about as well is the detail on the basing as well. If you excuse my very, very horrible fingernails, yeah, the base detail is exceptional, I must say. So all in all, this would look really good in your Adeptus Mechanicus or Skitarii armies, I must say. Yeah. The only thing I do complain about this is that some of the parts were very fiddly to put together, but aside from that, it's a very solid model. A definite 8 out of 10, I must say, for this. And so here we have the Greater Good Commander figure that we received. And it looks very nice. In fact, I think this is based on a piece of fan art of Commander Shadowsun, if I'm not mistaken. Very well detailed. Again, the base looks again exquisite. I mean, look at that detail with the skulls and the stone and the ruins and all that. It's fantastic. My only complaint is that this figure is that, again, like the Mechanicum figure, it's very fiddly to put together. Particularly standing it on the base, rather. It just does not want to cooperate, so you might want to, I don't know, if you decide to get this figure, you might want to pin it or something, but this figure would make a very nice commander in your Tau army or a Farsight Enclave or anything like that, or even just to use as a substitute for Shadowsun. So yeah, it's a very nice figure. I'm going to have to give this one probably about 7 out of 10, just because of how extremely fiddly it is to stand up. That is the main setback for it. Okay, moving on to the next one. And lastly out of the box I got today was a Sister Repentia with Chainsaw Sword. Now this model is probably my favourite of the lot, and it's not because she's naked, so get your heads out of the gutter, you bunch of Slaneshi worshippers. The reason this was my favourite is probably just for its sheer simplicity, really. I mean, this figure is kind of like, it's pretty much just a miniature diorama with the base, you know, the Repentia out walking, carrying her massive chainsword. It's really nice, and unlike the other ones, this was actually really easy to put together and actually to get balanced on the base. In fact, the skull there's actually got a port so you can actually stick the foot in to help balance them on, which is very nice. The quality in the resin, like this, it's very nice. There was some mold tumours, or whatever you want to call them, mold flush, which you need to clean off obviously when you get the model, but overall this one's a solid 9 out of 10. Definitely my favourite of the lot, so just for its sheer simplicity. Overall this was a very nice set of miniatures I received today. So I just want to say thank you once again to Wargame Exclusive for sending me this little box of goodies. And if you guys at home want to check out their stuff, I'll put the link in the description for you. Make sure to check out the store, you might find something you might like as well. I'll put the links for these individual models in the description page as well. This has been Remleiz from 40k Theories, and we'll see you all again next time. Bye bye.